Senator O'Rourke, right of reply.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. This is a debate which is needed in much more detail than it has been possible to have tonight. A debate about superannuation, which has many problems, as every member in this House knows, needs desperately to be addressed. But the National Party won't do it, the ACT Party won't do it, not just because they don't understand it, but actually because they don't care about it, and they don't care about the people who are badly affected by it. And if they think that there aren't people adversely affected by it, then I invite them to go and talk to the 70,000 people who are adversely affected by Section 70 of the Social Security Act. Then they'll get an earful that they can't bear, because the rest of us have dealt with these people in our offices for years on end, and we know that there is a problem there that must be addressed. I want to refer to David Bennett's awful speech. First of all, he is entirely wrong about the bill being anti-immigrant, because this bill treats everybody exactly the same, whether they be Kiwi expatriates returning to New Zealand or whether they be immigrants or anybody else. This bill treats everybody exactly the same, and it wouldn't matter whether they're an immigrant or a Kiwi at all. So he's entirely wrong about that. And he's also entirely wrong about the bill having any impact on means testing. It doesn't even refer to that. So that member can't possibly have read the bill, or if he did, didn't understand it. Mr. Speaker, this bill is only really about fairness, and it is in no way discriminatory. New Zealand political parties need to front up about New Zealand superannuation. They need to front up about its problems, and they need to solve those problems. We all know that it has massive problems, but Jamie Lee Ross is wrong about the pro-rata system discouraging Kiwis to work overseas and then return to New Zealand. The opposite is actually the case, and the reason for that is because they will have earned an overseas pension while they are overseas, because the countries where they work in are the countries that require that to be done, and because they will also earn other overseas savings. Those are the pensions and those are the savings which will be deducted under Section 70 of the Social Security Act when they return to New Zealand. And that's the reason currently they won't return, because of that section with which this bill actually abolishes. Mr. Speaker, I did want to also refer to the Greens' concerns, which are at least rational and understandable. However, I would have to disagree with them that this erodes universality. It doesn't erode universality. It alters the amount only of New Zealand super, not the entitlement, which would still be universal. I do agree, however, that there may be a problem with the words born in New Zealand. As I said, Mr. Speaker, this bill is negotiable. If those words are a problem, New Zealand First is more than happy to negotiate that, and if necessary to remove those words, and indeed any other detail which may be said to be problematic. Mr. Speaker, there are already many exemptions for some of the people listed by Ms. Logie, and those are already the case in the current superannuation system. Those sorts of exemptions could easily still be built into and would apply to a pro-rata system as well. I would have to disagree also with the Greens with the words borderline racist. Nobody in this House has yet made a speech which shows how in any possible way this bill could be racist. There is actually no justification for that claim whatsoever. It has got nothing to do about that. It has got only to do with a fair system to the New Zealand taxpayer in respect of not just immigrants, but also returning Kiwi expatriates. And Mr Bailey, Mr Speaker, said pro rata would be difficult to administer and that he was struggling with the merits. Well, he struggles with just about everything. But, Mr Speaker, this bill is not difficult.
Order. The member's time has expired. Order. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary opinion will say no. No. The noes have it. A party vote has been called for. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes opposed.
New Zealand Labour.
2 in favour.
Green Party.
14 in favour.
New Zealand First.
12 in favour.
Māori Party.
2 votes in favour.
ACT New Zealand.
1 opposed.
United Future.
1 vote opposed.
The ayes are 60, the noes are 61. The question is not agreed to. Call on members. Order of the day number 2.
Parental leave and employment protection, 6 months paid leave and work contact hours amendment bill, first reading.